What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Stoop. And today, talk about a very, very sensitive, sticky subject. 2 words: child support. I don't know what led me to talk about it, but it's something that still is, depending on who you talk to, and it could be a funky conversation. So let's talk about it for a second. Child support, for those that don't know, child support is, in layman's terms, is when 2 people have a child and they split up, separate, whatever the case may be, and one party, whoever is taking care of the child, be it the man or the woman, requests child support to assist in the child's needs or what have you. So for those that know, a lot of, majority child support falls on the guys, falls on the men, because guy and a girl get together, they have a baby, guy splits. Girl says, "Oh no, you not leaving me." First thing she does, go down to whoever and takes out child support. That's what a lot of, say what you will, that's what women do. What first thing they do is, "Oh, you not leaving me. Oh, you think you just gonna leave me with this baby? Watch this, child support." Now, in majority time, whatever, states that when a woman goes down and files for child support, 9, 10 times out of 10 she's gonna get it. I have my own personal story about child support, but I'll get to that in a minute. But that's how it mostly happens. It's very rare. It's very rare that a man files for child support and wins. It has to be some real funky circumstances for a man to file for child support and get it. But it's not far-fetched, because there have been cases where a man, sues for custody, gets custody, and gets child support at the same time. He might get one or the other, but I don't know about both. But it does happen. So I say that to say all this. Child support is based for women only. Let's cut the bullshit. It's for women, okay? And women use it as a weapon. They use it as a revenge tactic. They use it as a pawn in a game. It's a game. It's a way for women to not have to work if they don't want to, especially if they have multiple children. And some of you may know, some may not. But sometimes women have multiple children and they take out child support and get a check for each one of their kids, whether it be 2, 3, or however. What is child support for? That's another subject. Child support is for the child, not for the parent. Now, naturally, the parent gets the money and uses it for the child, but like I know, there's some parents who get this money and the kid don't never see it. Don't think it don't happen, but it do. Now, parent, they'll take care of the kid. They'll make sure the kid got clothes and make sure they eat. But that's okay. That you got that part, but a lot of these checks are within the hundreds. And the kid might only get a fraction of that 100. Where the rest of it going? I know some pay bills with it. Okay. Some use it for whatever. Okay. Some splurge. If you don't believe me, when you see a kid or a woman with multiple children, look at how they're dressed. If the woman is dressed better than the kid, you already know. I ain't even got to say it. I was just yesterday, I was getting breakfast at McDonald's, and I just happened to see a lady walk in with her kid. Couldn't have been no more than 5 or 6. Okay, kid had on a shirt. I mean, he wasn't dirty. He wasn't a dirty kid at all. But he had on a shirt, some little itty bitty shorts that looked like they were too small, and some black Crocs that like he's had forever. What you think Mama was dressed up in? She had on this matching outfit with J's to match. I mean, she looked clean. And the kid looked like he just finished playing outside. It was 7 in the morning. So take that for what you will. But that's the sad part about child support is the funds that men are having to give up are not being used appropriately by most women. And I'm not taking shots at females. I'm just telling you what I see and have seen in the course of my time here. That's what it is. It's these chicks that come out the projects. No judgment, just stating fact. These chicks come out the project, get pregnant, and they don't work, but they go get that child support, so they don't have to work. Their housing is what? About a couple of dollars, and they getting checks for $300-400 and up for child support. So while you spending $20 on your rent, where the rest of that $870 something going, $80 going? Where's that going? Where that at? Just saying. It's an ugly truth, but fellas, if you are on child support, this is my advice to you. If a chick got you on child support, keep receipts. Keep receipts, and if she's got you on they got you on any kind of payment plan, keep up with that payment plan. You may not want to, I get it, but the one thing you don't want is the state on your ass for back child support, because they will lock you up for it, number one. Number two, if you are behind in child support and you get a refund, a tax refund, yeah, you forget that refund. They're gonna snatch that before you even see it. Ask me how I know. So don't catch up, don't get caught behind, and keep receipts for everything. Okay? Now, if you are one of the lucky few that have kids and are not on child support, more power to you. But also, it's even more important for you to keep receipts, because if you're providing and she's not putting you on child support, but you provide for your child, first of all, I applaud you, because you're doing what you're supposed to do, even if you're not with shorty. But you, of all people, better keep receipts, because the one day she get in her feelings, she gonna try to go down there and try to hit your pocket through the state. And if you show receipts that you have been doing what you're supposed to do, the state will not give her a dime. I just saw a story. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. I saw a story online just yesterday where a dude was paying $300 a month out of his pocket. Like he was paying out of his pocket, like no state involvement. And she went and tried to file for child support and ended up getting $13 a month. Now, good for you. That's how it need to be. See, these chicks they get greedy, thinking, oh, you don't want to give me no money, you don't want to give me what I asked for. Okay, fine. The state will give it to me, and the state will make you pay child support. But the state is not. If you are showing, and you show a judge that you're doing what you're supposed to do, judge like, he's doing his job. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Now, anytime, I've never seen a dude walk out the courtroom not pay nothing. He gonna pay something. But if he's giving out of his pocket already and he's got receipts, nah, you better take that and be happy. Also, most importantly, if you are paying, if you're keeping receipts and you're not on child support, you make sure that you're consistent. Don't do it for a little while and then slack off or lower it down. Keep it consistent if you can, okay? And if something happens, and stuff happens, communicate. Just communicate. Hey, I'm short right now, but I'm gonna get you, and be consistent. Because you don't want to give no broad opportunity to try to be like, nah, I'm gonna go down to the courthouse. So just be consistent, and just, it's a dirty game these chicks is playing with child support, because I'm telling you, I have been in situations where I've been to the courthouse over some child support nonsense, and I've seen them brothers lined up from the front of the courtroom, lined up all the way to the back. They have to literally go to the courthouse and pay every week or every month or something. It was horrible. It was terrible. I've seen a dude, he was behind he went to go pay child support, and they turned around and locked him up because he was behind so bad. Like, literally, he was dumbfounded. He was like, yo. And they literally put the cuffs on him. Everybody in the courthouse was like, wow. It was, man, listen, I felt so bad for brother, but man. But that's how it be when you get behind. When you get behind and you don't step up to the plate and do what you said you was gonna do. The state has a way of be like, yeah, we gonna get that money. We gonna get you in the process. So yeah, don't be that dude. Don't be that dude. The best thing to do in this situation is just don't get her pregnant. I mean, it sounds kind of simple, but don't mess with these chicks. Like Q said, don't trust that bitch from the projects. And they ain't gotta be from the projects. It could be any woman that feels slighted, and you give her a baby. Because first of all, she ain't want no baby. But then they always use it as, okay, well, this will make this I'll keep them. You know, the baby, if I have a baby, that means he'll stay. No, he won't. He won't stay unless he wants to stay. He's not staying. But my personal story, I'm gonna tell my personal story and be done with it. My personal story is when my daughter was born, I had every intent on, you know, making it work, but you know, I didn't get the advice that I'm giving now. I never got it. Long story short, we were together and she wanted child support. Make that make sense. I was dumb. I'll be the first to admit I was stupid because I didn't know nothing. All I'm thinking is, okay, this is the, I guess, you know, I guess I got to do this. You know, I didn't like it. It didn't sound right because I'm like, why don't I just give you what you need? You know, I wasn't getting much, but we're together. We can work this out and make it. No, she wanted for whatever reason. I don't know to this day. So she ended up getting child support. And, you know, things happened. We ended up splitting up. And every time somebody farted and coughed, I was getting a notice of an increase. Like, every time. So there were times where I got a lawyer. Went and got a lawyer. He was trash. Went to court. Lost a couple times. The last time I went to court, I won because she asked for an increase, and then that's when they started making the woman show proof of why you need an increase. She didn't have that, so it ended up not being changed. And that was the last time I went to court. Everything else after that was, you know, I just paid every month, and when my child turned 18, that's when no more payments. Literally stopped. Cold. Like no notice in the mail, no nothing. No phone call, no nothing. Just no more payments. Just like that. And it was very unceremonious, but at the same time, it was like, okay, is my job done? Absolutely not. My job is not done. That's the thing about child support, fellas, is when you pay child support, that is your that is your financial obligation. Okay, that's only one part of it. You still have an obligation to your child. Just because you pay every month don't mean, okay, I'm done. No, you're not. Unless you have no intention on being with the mother, you have no intention of being a parent, that's your decision. But if you're going to take that stance, you need to go and sign, I hate to say it, but sign away your parental rights. If you don't want nothing to do with nobody, like I never wanted a kid, I didn't halfway want you. That's your prerogative. But if you feel that way, just sign yourself away. You know, sign. Hey, look, I'm this ain't what I signed up for. Because if you say that, but yet you're still around and you don't sign off your parental rights, she gonna get you. You gonna pay for this kid. Because you're basically paying 18 years for putting me in this situation. And a woman will win. So fellas, if you don't want to be a parent, again, it's your prerogative. Sign that paper saying that you don't want nothing to do with nothing and walk away. And your conscience deal with it the way you can, the way you should. But if you are not going to be with her, be prepared to step up and be responsible. Period. Be responsible. If you're not going to be with her, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I can give you this so much, you know, just say, hey, whatever you need, let me know. I think if you have an open line of communication, I think that might go better than to just be like, I'm out, peace, you deal with it, it's your problem, you know. I don't know, but it's a funky situation for both parties, and guys I've seen get railroaded so bad for child support. I knew it. I know a dude. I gotta tell this one because this one's kind of funny. So there's this guy. His name was I, let me. I know his first name was Roger. Roger Ugaro. I think that's his last name. Okay. Now, this dude was a high yellow dude. He was light skinned. Okay. And he had a swag to him. He walked in. His voice was real deep. You know, he when you talk to him like, okay. You know, he had this air about him. You know, and just by listening to him and talking to him, you would think this brother had it all together. Until one night, and this is one of the first times I've met him. I've worked in the same vicinity. I didn't work with him directly, but I worked with him a couple of times. And you know, I'm listening to him. Oh yeah, he's smooth. He talking to bitches and shit. And I'm like, okay, you seem to you talk a good game. And it was time to go home. Tell me why my brother, God bless him. Tell me why my brother I'm in a Jetta. I had a 96 Jetta. Brand new. I bought it brand new. 96 Jetta. I get in my Jetta, roll the windows down, turn the music up. I'm pulling off, and next thing I know, I see this high yellow dude on a scooter. On a whole Vespa. Right down the road, doing like 10 miles an hour. And I'm like, is that the same swagged out nigga that I just got to him? So later on, I find out that dude had house, cars. He was together. Wifey took everything. Child support is killing him. Alimony. Now, I don't know. Now, alimony is a whole different animal, but child support, they say he was paying, like, all his check was gone. And I'm to be the first to attest to that, because when I was paying child support in the very beginning, and I was working for the state, half of my check was gone in child support alone. Just child support alone, my whole check was gone. I think I had maybe about, my check was like $400 or $500 a month. Yeah, she was getting the rest of it. But anyway, back to boy. Come to find out, he was paying alimony and child support. All my brother had left was his job, that he probably was getting raped like I was. He had that scooter that he used to get back and forth because he couldn't afford a car. And he lived in a trailer not too far from the job site that was dilapidated at best. But to hear him talk, you would think none of this. But when he got outside, wow! I swear to you. But anyway, I had a couple more points, but I ain't gonna get into them. I just wanted to share that with you about child support. Fellas, if you're paying child support, either pay it or don't. You do what you will, but just know that the state gonna get their money. And if she go hollering, crying to the state gonna be like, all right, watch this. So you do that with what you will. All right, I got a couple more of these I'm gonna do. But I'm off today, so I ain't gotta work, so I don't know. I'll figure out to do something. But in the meantime, y'all be cool.